Last time on Critnet, a mongoose, leonin, tiefling, and a satyr walk into a guild hall. The mongoose steals a wedding ring off a corpse. The tiefling calls the mongoose his pet. There was a sword, a bunch of guards, and a contract signed in the middle of it all. After that died down, the Guild of No One, whom the four eventually signed with, lacked mentors due to a recent attack that devastated most of its guild members, and prepared the newbies by pairing them up with each other so they would have numbers over experience in order to start on their first contract. They met their guild leader, an old turtle named Relic, who prepared them for the delve and gave them inside knowledge as to how to hunt the Rottelgum and Gnasher quarries. Good luck to you all. Now, as you all right now are standing at the edge of this great abyss, staring down into utter darkness, Tom Tibia, the rotund gnome who has led you to this edge, gestures out.
Well, off you get. Go, what are you waiting for?
Now, when you say get, just go to the thing?
Oh, yeah.
What is the floor? Is there any dust around or anything?
Yes, there is. It's just hard-packed earth.
I'm going to reach down and get up as much dust as I can and throw it out over the gap so I can see the walkway.
Okay, so as you toss it, you do notice it settles onto what looks to be some form of clear, almost glass-like surface.
I'm going to walk over that.
You're no fun. Fine. All right, fine. There is a clear walkway that goes from there to here. It is only 10 feet across. Do not stray to either side because you will fall to your death.
Cannonball! No.
You are more than welcome, if you so desire.
I use the athletics shove maneuver to shove Ghastgar off the edge.
Oh, you don't. Okay, now, with this in mind,
He begins to follow you guys up towards, as each one of you begin to follow along this, what seems to be invisible pathway, especially given the extraordinarily dim light here. He leads you to this large contraption, and opening the door himself, he motions inside. Noticing on the inside as you all walk in, there are nothing but buttons on the inside. There are, just hundreds of them. Each one of them just kind of flying up the walls, on the ceiling, some of them almost touching the ground. They are everywhere. And what's interesting is on the inside of the door, there is a small panel to the left. This small panel has what looks like keyhole, but one that you guys haven't seen before. And once you all have entered, you see Tom reach into a knapsack and begin to fish out things. You hear rattling of small pieces of metal, and he produces 4 keys, handing one to each one of you. You do notice it has the symbol of the Guild of No One, also emblazoned on the back of it. They are long cylindrical pieces of metal that on the inside have several kind of notches that go up the cylinder. It's weird, actually. There are some of them that seems like there would be able to be kind of clicked down, while other ones are already set that way. And as Tom hands them to you, he mentions,
these are interesting. You will only be permitted at the moment to the first level of the fracture. We don't want you delving too deep now, do we, and getting killed too fast. So, you will be permitted to complete your task, of which you will need only go to the first level, and these keys will get you there.
He motions to the small panel on the side.
Once you plug your key in, you'll be able to turn it. Click the button that then lights up. Once you are able to do that, it will take you to the said level that you have selected. After that, good luck, because there's not much else one do once you enter this fracture. Now, with this all in mind, I will wish you the best of luck. Please don't die. This guild needs a few more beating hearts. Oh, and if you see the last one down there, tell her she still owes me money off of that bet of hers. Good day.
You see him just kind of wave his cane, the excess sleeve on his arm kind of flapping as he does, and turns and begins to kind of hobble his way back across the seeming invisible bridge, to which Relic, standing on the other end, holds up a hand to you and waves.
I scurry over back to Tom and Relic real quick. Hi, both of you. I looking for somebody. Have either of you known or heard of a Bartholomew juggler?
Just kind of stroke his beard a couple times.
Nope, never heard of him.
Relic, however, stops and,
Yes, actually, he came into the guild hall not too long ago. He was asking for admittance, actually. He was just getting information. He said he would be back within 3 or 4 days with a decision. That was supposed to be 2 days ago, but he hasn't shown up yet, so I don't know about his whereabouts currently. Sorry.
Well, if he shows up, let me know. He commissioned me to make something for him, and I flashed the Caltrop gun. He asked me to make this for him, and he never showed up for our pickup. And I put it back into its holster and just kind of pause.
Well, for a weapon like that, I'd imagine they'd want it. So, if I see him, I will tell him where you are and where to find you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, and I scamper back over.
scampering back into the elevator, the door closes behind you. Which one of you plugs in the key?
Kruz will do it.
Okay. As you do, you twist it a couple times. It seems to almost wind up a spring on the inside until you hear a light on the top left panel of the wall you are facing with the door glows a dull yellow. And upon pressing it, the entire contraption shudders suddenly, and you feel it begin to descend further and further down, gaining speed as it does.
Is there any handholds or anything like rails alongside?
There are, actually.
Kruz is going to grab one.
All right. At first, this seems superfluous, given the fact that it's only going at a very small click, until you feel it begin to grow faster and faster and faster and faster, and soon each one of you begin to feel...
Animal instincts catch in, and I brace myself.
Right? It's a good thing you do as you all grab the various handholds around.
Huum Vall does not.
Huum Vall does not. Okay, never mind. As most of you, Parker, are you gonna grab one?
Yes, I will.
Okay, as most of you grab the handholds, your feet lift off the ground with the speed that this is traveling. And for about 20 seconds, you feel weightless. And then, Huum Vall, I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw is a natural 18 plus 3, 21.
Okay, natural 18, 21, you're perfectly fine. You just see Huum Vall, arms crossed, lift up off the ground, head touches the ceiling by this point and just kind of stays there, and coming crashing down, doesn't even move. And the door opens. A light blue light begins to pour into the dim, or into the darkness of the contraption itself. A wafting air of stale smells, degrading plant matter, assaulting your senses, and the smell of dampness as well. You are most certainly underground, as most of you would recognize some of these smells.
Even under your streets, everything is wet. Your country is awful.
Kruz is going to take his shield off of his back, and he's going to pull out his sword, which I hope everybody notes that it's gigantic and how they didn't see it under his cloak, they don't know. And he's going to prep himself and ready himself before walking out of the elevator.
Okay, just before you do that, I would like you to make a sleight of hand check.
That is an 18.
Okay, no, that beats everyone's passive. So yes, you all do see this fairly large sword just kind of come out of a very well hidden part of his equipment for some reason.
I'm sorry. Where did that come from?
I've had it the whole time.
There's no possible way.
You just have to pay a little better attention.
What else do you have back there? you have some bag of holding or something? What is this?
Just had it in its sheath.
Wait, do you need a bag of holding? I can make you one.
Maybe later.
I have no use for one now. Yes, I agree. Maybe later.
Fine.
No, I'm blocking the doorway with my shield as we're talking.
Vall's gonna go sneak away.
Okay.
Do I see Huum Vall trying to dip out?
Well, at the moment, Huum Vall, how are you attempting to subvert
I'm just
Kruz?
gonna duck below and slip through his legs.
Make a acrobatics check.
Natural 19, 24.
And Kruz, are you trying to stop him?
Nope.
Okay, 24. You slip past him. He's way too big. He was just trying to be bulky, and then and you're on the other side of him.
How dark is the den?
At the moment, there is dim light being shown across the area around you. So you're able to see for 30 feet in dim light, or 30 feet around you before it fades into darkness.
I'm going to follow him out. Which way does he go when he goes out? Does he go right or left? Or is there only one direction to go?
You do see there are 3 ways to go, actually. You see very well-trodden rock beneath you. You see in the frontway path, you see chiseled stone in a almost beautiful corridor that leads down deeper into the darkness about 30 feet away. On the right, you see similarly a hewn stone archway that also fades into the darkness. On the left, you see a uncut doorway or passageway that leads also into darkness. You see these large blue glowing mushrooms also hanging across the wall that are allowing this light to penetrate the darkness for a certain amount. They are about the size of 3 to 4 feet and about a foot in diameter at their stem. They grow in clusters of about 4 to 6, and they do cast quite a bit of light.
All right, so guys, remember, we need to look out for eyes that are coming off of things that kind of maybe look like a rock on the ground or something. And we need to be keeping an eye out on the ceilings for creepy crawly things that are going to spit acid at us.
Yes, and there was one more point of interest since you two studied the Rottelgum and Drooler breakdowns. There was a footnote written on the Drooler side that mentions that knowing a Drooler's near is by smell. There is a very foul, kind of acidic / sulfurous smell that always precedes them.
And if you guys ever smell anything that smells like rotten eggs, give a heads up, because that's a telltale sign that a Drooler is nearby. And, heads up.
With the lay of the land now, where do you go?
Do we notice the mushrooms on the wall? Have we already noticed those?
No, you have absolutely no idea that there's mushrooms on the wall after, you all just stand out and it's the only thing giving off light.
Okay.
Man, this guy's dumb.
Yeah, and Kruz, you just have no idea how it's even light down here. These mushrooms, super convenient that they're just always around these strange pockets of light that just seem to kind of exist down here.
Can Kruz roll an intelligence check for me?
I want James to roll an intelligence check for me.
It's negative. It's -1. It's -1. I'm going to look at Ghastgar and say, can you use these mushrooms to make anything? Like, a lantern or a flash grenade something to use these for?
Probably. I mean, but what I'm initially thinking is we grab handfuls of these and we throw them at the ceiling to light up the ceiling whenever we're in a bit of a darker spot. And maybe we see some creepy crawly up there. Or at least make it harder for them to sneak up on us.
No, I'm not doing that.
Why?
Because this thing will light me up.
I'm pretty sure these things have got dark vision, buddy.
And
They can see us.
they can see in the dark. We will see if they see me.
Well, as someone who can't see anything, I second that motion.
I'm just going to say okay, and I'm going to slice one off the wall.
All right. It cuts very easily. It continues to give illumination, and you also see on the edge of your blade the juices that have exuded from it after cutting it have stained your axe blue, and it is in fact glowing still. So your axe now is giving off a mild glow.
Okay, I see your point.
I'm going to stab the top of it with my sword and see if I can take the stem of it where I cut it off. And I'm going to try to rub it on the wall to see if that translates over, because Kruz wants to know if it will.
Sure. You're able to make several marks with this glowing fluid that is leaking out of the mushroom now that you've covered it.
Hey, I'm going to keep it on the edge of on the tip of my sword, because now I feel like I have a lantern. I'm just going to carry it around glowing like that.
All right. It functions, 30 foot around this is considered dim light.
All right, so we need to pick a path to go down, but we need to keep in mind that whatever path we go down, there could be something that comes behind us. I got a couple ideas. Yeah, you guys have any ideas?
Nope. Lay it on me.
All right, so one of the things that I can do is I can essentially write sound onto the wall. I know it sounds weird, but I pull out a tinkering tool. I'm pretty good with this, so I can maybe write a sound into a wall onto a path that we're not going down. That's just like a recorded loop, and that's 6 seconds long. And, it could be like sound of footsteps or voices or whatever we want it to be. And, that maybe acts as a lure for something that we don't want following us.
Is this a type of magic?
Yeah, kinda. It's one of those things you just pick up along the way and hanging around the makers sort of peoples.
Involve fishes out a bag of caltrops.
Those are useful too. I pull out my gun and I load a few caltrops into it.
I pull out 4 more bags of caltrops.
Wow. Okay.
I also pull out 5 bags of ball bearings.
Those are definitely not magic.
I can also set up an alarm as well, so that if anything crosses the threshold,
We can alert everything else in the cave.
nope, it can be silent right into my brain, and I can let y'all know.
So it won't send an alarm all the way through the cavern. It will just go straight to you.
Come straight to me, and I'll let y'all know.
I would set up the tripwire then.
So we will set up the trap to most likely capture the other guild member that is still down here.
Not a trap. It's just an alarm.
Whether it be a guild member or a monster, at least we can prepare to watch our back. I would say set it up, and then let's go the opposite direction.
That's good enough to me.
Well, I figured we set it up on the path that we're on at the entrance to that path. There's 3 paths. We want to know if the path that we're going down is the one that's being followed, right?
We'll take off down the path to the right.
Kruz is going to follow him.
I do not like this dude. All right, fine. I'll set this up. He can go off and die if he wants. Will y'all stick around?
I'm gonna stand at the. I'm gonna stand just inside the entrance, holding up the mushroom.
Okay. Parker.
I'm going to examine Ghastgar as he sets this, what I am interpreting as a magical trap. For your alarm.
Roll a history check for me.
Ooh, that's a natural 20 for a total of 24.
Very good. You would recall this actually in your Bardic College knowledge. You would have recalled a spell long ago used that was in fact alarm. You do remember exactly what it does. It will alert him mentally only of any creature he has not designated who passes that threshold.
What you would see as I'm doing this is not me waving my arms around, but is instead through this tool that I have that looks more like maybe an engraving knife. I am with a magic tech drive connected to the back of it, scribing into the rocks the runes that would be used for it, but instead of magic emanating from these runes, some of the magic tech juice is flowing through the engraving knife and is left behind in the runes, essentially almost artificially creating the spell.
Very apt description.
Very interesting.
All right. So Huum Vall, as you have passed through this, what are you looking for? And how far deep do you go?
I'm only going 60 feet away from the group.
Okay.
Just so that I can use my senses to get a feel for what's ahead of us.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
Perception check is a 13 for a total of 19.
19. Taking the moment to quietly listen and sniff the air and listen, you do hear a faint bit of sound emanating from deeper within this cave.
I will wait until I hear the rest of the party begin to follow. And when I hear the clanking of Kruz, I will maintain my 60-foot distance and keep a stealthy forward watch.
Kruz doesn't clank.
What armor do you wear?
I have a feeling Kruz clanks.
A futuristic version of a chain shirt.
A chain shirt.
You rattle. Wait, what's your AC?
15.
I have a better AC than you?
17 when I'm in shield and sword mode.
Okay. What's your dex bonus?
1.
Okay, that's why.
Yep.
All right, Kruz, you're glowy. You walk first. I don't know where Huum Vall is, but you're now forward because you are glowy. I'll bring up the rear because I know if something's coming from behind us, and I've got good dark vision. I can see down here, no problem. And I've got a gun, and I will have this thing ready to fire. And if I tell you to get down, get down.
Huum Vall, you hear the clanging of chainmail behind you, and you all continue on for about half a mile down, and you notice the worked stone turns rough once again. And Huum Vall, that sound you've been hearing starts to get louder and louder and louder until the tunnel ends in a massive opening. In this massive opening is a field of rock and rubble, and you can see stalactites on the ceiling just hanging and stalagmites uprooting themselves from the ground. But everything in between is this kind of rocky, broken boulder-ish kind of terrain that continues through. And the sound you're hearing is about 100 feet in, a little bit further than what you can hear or what you can see. And it sounds like fighting.
Are we close enough to him to hear it as well?
You would have heard it first, but yes, you guys are quickly coming up behind him.
I will wait for them to catch up.
You all catch up and begin to hear the same thing.
Hey, guys, there's definitely a fight ahead of us. I'm gonna abandon the mushroom on the tip of my sword when I start hearing fighting.
Okay. You just kind of throw it to the side. It splats.
But is his sword still glowing?
Yes.
But not as much.
It is exuding 15 feet of dim light.
I have not seen hide nor hair of these grok jewels or rottelgums. Nevertheless, we should be careful. This room is fairly open.
Guys, remember to look up. Also, look for eyes that look like they're on rocks. Can't stress this enough.
So Huum Vall is going to use a bonus action to hide and then skirt the outside of the room.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
That is a 12 for a 19.
With a 19 stealth, you begin to make your way around the outcropping of this rock, and you notice that it does continue on for about 50 feet to your right before eventually beginning to curve around. The fighting seems to be happening in the center of the room, and you have not yet been able to get a pin on who's fighting or what it is. The rest of you, what are you doing?
I'm going to turn to Parker and Ghastgar and say, he's taking the side. What do you guys want to do?
Are we going to investigate these noises?
That's what my plan was, to go investigate and see what's going on. So should we try hiding behind stalactites until we make it to where we can find the fighting?
Stalactites sound like a bad idea.
Yeah, mites might be better because they're on the ground.
We shall sneak our way to where we're hearing the noises.
Thank you for getting it.
I got that mixed up. I was like, wait, what? No, mites are at the top.
No, tights are at the top because they're tight and they got to cling.
They hold tight.
Yep, mites are mighty and rise up.
I've always heard that you might trip over them. All right, before we go in, let me take a look around. I'd like to look around and see if I see any of the warning signs.
Make a perception check.
14.
Interestingly enough, no, there is nothing around you.
Can I grab the mushroom I threw on the ground and just chuck it to the middle of the room?
Roll a strength check.
19.
19. You huck this mushroom, and it sails through the air. And as it onto the ground, you see it illuminate a battle going on. Several humanoids at the moment are being harried by these tall, hunched creatures with long claws swiping at them, one after the other after the other. They seem to be in a heated battle.
How far away is it from us?
From you, 70 feet away from you. As you threw the mushroom 45, and then it illuminated another 30 to them.
Okay, so question, since my dark vision allows me to see 60 feet, does this allow me to see, how far can I now see?
You can now see the extent to them. You can see the shapes that are going back and forth.
Okay.
And me?
Yes, you'd be able to see it as well.
Ah.
All right, so there are some shapes fighting over there. I can tell you guys with absolute certainty that there's nothing between here and 60 feet. So let's go 60 feet that way. Maybe let's go like 50 feet that way. Look some more before we get too involved. Got it?
Got it. Can we hide behind stalagmites?
Look for eyes.
Deal.
So, Kruz, are you going to make a stealth check or a perception check or both?
I'm going to make both.
Okay.
I would like to make both as well.
Okay, point of interest here then. You guys are moving stealthily, which means you are going to be moving at half your speed, correct?
Yes.
Then I would like stealth checks from everyone.
I rolled a 16 stealth
16.
16 as well for me.
16.
and perception 15.
I'm an outlier. 21.
Perception is a 19.
Okay. Ooh. Parker.
Parker's stealth is 7.
Okay.
Oh, no.
And your perception?
9.
9.
Oh, no.
Or Parker.
So, Ghastgar, as you are continuing on, being very, very quiet, you notice to your right, about 15 feet away from you, a small pearl sitting upon a rock as Parker begins to pass in front of it.
Parker, get back.
What do you do, Parker, as Ghastgar hisses at you?
I freeze in place, and I heed his words. I will step back and stop.
The pearl upon the rock does not move. It just kind of sits there. And you continue to hear the sounds of intense fighting happening in front of you.
I'm debating about shots fired here, about taking a shot at this pearl.
Okay?
Oh, man.
And with that being said, I will pull out my rapier.
Huum Vall, you do hear him say this.
Or as far away as I am. I'm drawing my short bow, and I am knocking an arrow and readying an action.
My hunting rifle has been at ready since we were walking through the cave earlier. So, I mean, like, it's trained on this spot. I am waiting for movement at this point.
Okay. So you all are holding actions?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Okay. Everyone who is holding actions and trained upon this pearl, roll attacks.
22.
22? All right.
That is a total of a 20.
20 to hit?
Yes.
All right. Roll damage. Both of you.
All right. I get my sneak attack on this?
Yes, the creature is not aware of you.
Woo!
Parker, were you attacking as well?
No,
Okay.
I have no ranged weapons.
Actually, were you preparing a attack?
No, I was getting defensive. Like, in case I did get attacked, I didn't have to, like, pull up my weapon afterward.
Perfect. Okay. And you said how much damage, Ghastgar?
15.
Damage?
Yeah. I rolled a 10 and a 4, and then I get a +1 because I've got repeating shot as an infusion on my rifle.
Oh. Okay. Huum Vall.
12.
Damage?
Yes.
We are murdering this thing.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, this just got cool. So, the Rottelgum, who rises quickly and takes 3 large bounds towards Parker, who it had targeted and was now going to go full on attack, suddenly is blasted in the side as the cracking shot echoes through the entire cavern. Huum Vall.
Huum Vall has been sitting in the dark now, in relative quiet, keeping an eye on what he can, and listening for danger. And hearing the danger, his body, fully tensed, shifts a little to the left, and he lets the arrow fly with a whisper to Swispa, goddess of timely death.
Parker, the creature slashes at you with both arms arcing towards you, and it just flies past you. Its head suddenly shooting back, taking about 3 steps before both of its arms collapse, and it falls face first into the rock, completely dead.
Wait, what does that mean? Did I do that? I did that. You all saw it, don't lie to me.
Oh, Sawyer, I don't know if that revealed me, so I would like to try and hide again.
All right, please make another stealth check.
Natural 18 for a 25.
25. You think you are very well hidden.
May I do the same? I mean, I just blasted a rifle.
Yeah, so interesting point of order here. Does a 18 hit you?
Yep.
18 hits you. well, not for great damage. You take 2 points of piercing damage. Or 2 points of slashing damage, excuse me. As another Rottlegum, which was behind you, suddenly rises and slashes across your back again. And I'd like you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
12?
So you take 1 point. Oh, excuse me. Wow. You take 1 point of poison damage. As well as this creature then rears back, kind of getting a close-up look at it, it really does look like its skin has just the texture of rock. It doesn't look crunchy or clunky as it just kind of like bends and twists with its arms as it moves, but it is camouflaged perfectly down here, and its pearlescent eyes don't seem to be blinking, but are completely trained on you.
How close is this thing to me?
It's 5 feet from you. So I'd like everyone at the moment after this surprise round to roll initiative.
Okay, 12?
17.
23.
17.
Huum Vall, you have the higher dex.
Yee.
Not even a question.
All right. Yeah, no, that ain't gonna. And Parker, after you watch this creature die before you, you hear a painful grunt from Ghastgar as another one of these creatures have risen behind him and struck him. What do you do?
I'll turn around and shout out, "Don't worry, I've already killed one. I'll kill another now." And I will run at him.
Shut up!
Okay.
And run at him. How far away is Ghastgar from me?
5 feet, 10 feet.
Oh, okay, not that far.
You guys were traveling fairly close together.
Then I'll turn around and make my attack at this Rotterdam.
Roll to hit.
7.
7 does not hit. Though the creature's hide is not made out of stone, your rapier glances off of its skin without harm. Thicker than you expected. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Bonus actions? No.
Huum Vall, unknown. It is up to you.
And I can see the new assailant against Ghastgar?
Yes, you can.
Well, why not? It's a target-rich environment. Would I have an advantage on this attack roll?
Being unnoticed, yes.
All right.
And you can still hide as a bonus action, correct?
Yes, I can.
Okay, perfect. Then yes, you may.
First roll is a total of 12.
12 does not hit.
And the other was a natural 13 with a +5, making 18.
18 does hit.
Yeah, damage point.
Advantage. How I've missed you.
9 points of damage.
Ooh wee. All right. The arrow strikes true, and this creature definitely tenses at it and looks down at Parker, who also tried to strike it and is kind of correlating that you were the one who hit it. Now it's angry.
And do I need to hide again?
If you'd like to use your bonus action, yes.
All right. I will do so.
All right, roll stealth.
All right. That's an 11 plus 7 for 18.
Good. Kruz, it is up to you.
How far away am I?
10 feet.
Okay, so have I been spotted yet?
By the creature?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, then I'm just going to I'm gonna attack him with my sword.
Okay, roll to hit.
I gotta roll D20 for that.
It is the standard die to roll to hit, yes.
Okay, so that's an 18. I thought that was 13. Does an 18 hit?
18 does hit.
Okay. Wait, do I add my strength modifier into hit?
Yes.
Oh, then that's a 22.
Yes. It hit.
Sorry, 24.
No, it doesn't hit.
So that's 8 damage.
8 damage. Very good. Once again, you strike true on this thing's upon its back, and it reels back. Now looking at you, it is looking pretty desperate now. as it has now revealed its position and been assaulted twice for fair amounts of pain.
How many of them are there?
At the moment, there was only the one attacking you. The other one died.
Oh, then I'm going to action surge. And I'm going to attack it again.
Okay. Roll to hit.
That is a 19.
Did you roll twice?
I rolled my d6 because I knew I was going to hit. And that was a 6.
Wow.
So
well,
12 damage.
confident, are we? See a opening.
So when I slice down its back and he turns to face me, I just fluid motion take his head right off.
Which is strange because these are very hunchbacked creatures. So taking its head off is kind of this angular motion and kind of sloughs off most of the shoulders with it as well.
Nice.
But nonetheless, the creature falls dead at your feet.
Does his head fall on top of me?
Let's see.
How much damage does Ghastgar take?
No, it falls to the left of you.
It falls to the left. It falls to the right. 2 attacks this time.
That was good. Wonderful. All right. Well,
I'm scanning the room. I'm now like looking around a little bit, adrenaline rushed.
okay. Well, let's see. Ghastgar, it is your turn.
I'm going to look at Ghastgar and say, why don't you scuttle up to the top of that stalagmite and get a real good look around?
I don't want to get closer to the ceiling than I have to.
All right.
But yeah, I'm looking around. I am looking around the ceiling too.
Okay. Make a perception check.
17.
Roll with advantage, actually.
Okay. Not better.
Okay. No, you do not sense or see anything. Okay. Do you take position by the stalactite? Stalagmite?
I don't want to get too close to things of rocks because those could be the things that I'm looking for, but I do have a gun at ready.
As hearing Kruz shout out to Ghastgar about getting on the stalagmite, I will actually do that.
I'm watching him do so, and I am aiming the gun at the rock below him.
Okay. Interesting point of order here. As you begin to climb up the rock, you're able to get about, this is 15 feet high, so you'd be able to get 10 feet up the stalagmite. So near the top.
Okay, I will do so.
Without using your action. You also, at this point, would also be able to get a better view on the fight being had about 60 feet away from you guys now. You're able to make out 5 humanoids. You're able to see, 4 humanoids. Another 2 creatures have now joined the fray, and you witness them take out one of the Rothelgums. You see a smaller one of the 4 manage to get the killing blow and send it down to the ground, using what seems to be some form of small dagger.
So I see 5 humanoids and what was 2 potential Rothelgums now down to 1.
It would be 3 down to 2.
Oh, okay.
And there are 4 humanoids.
It appears that I see potentially 4 humanoids and 2 Rothelgum left. There were 3, but they've taken 1 down. Potentially. It could be something else.
Huum Vall is up to you.
Well, seeing as though my guildmates are safe for the time being, I'm going to go sneak up to the fighting.
You being the furthest back, you can make it there with a dash.
All right, I have an extra one of those.
Ew, okay. So yes, you're able to move the 60 feet to get closer to the fighting and make it out clearly now that the mushroom is also illuminating the area around them. You see, similar to Parker, there are 4 humanoids. 2 Rothelgum at the moment are standing, harrying one of them. The smallest of them all, who had just recently taken down one of them.
Well, if I dash, I have a maximum movement of 70 feet.
Okay. Then in that case, yeah, no, you're like right on them.
Well, I don't want to give away my position, but I do like to see what's going on. And I do have dark vision. So, I can pick out a rattle gum out of this group, right? Then I'll take a shot.
Roll to hit.
Advantage or no?
At the moment, you are not hiding. And these creatures are being harried. No, actually, no, they are being harried. Therefore, yes.
Natural 14 for a 19.
19 does hit.
And a natural 15 for a 20.
Does hit.
And that is a 6 on my die, plus another 6. Oh, hey, it is a 6. Sweet. That is 15 points of damage.
Okay.
Huum Vall is slaying it.
Good golly. All right, so the quarrel flies through, striking this Rodogum over the head of the small humanoid, and you see it stagger back about 4 feet. And the small humanoid looks back at another one, who looks back at the other one, who looks back at the last one, who just looks into the darkness.
And if any of them can see in the dark, they see a black and gray shape.
Wait, which is actually, that's an interesting point of order. Because she looked at her, who looked at him, who looked at... Yes, he would see you. Okay. So looking back, a horned individual does catch your eye staring at you. And just kind of goes into a defensive position, kind of in between looking at you and looking at the current fighting on his right. You don't see any weapons on him, though you do see a staff that is glowing slightly.
And if he cares, I think, in terms of dark vision and the grayscale vision that people get to see, I'm very indistinguishable.
Okay.
Sure, I have a form, but that light from that glowing mushroom, I think could give enough luminance to just light up my cat's eyes.
Interesting point of order with this character, matter of factly, because he's a... Okay. You do see him lax ever so slightly in the catching of your cat's eyes. With that, do you do anything else?
That's my turn.
Perfect. Kruz, it is up to you.
How far away am I? Because I haven't moved since the last...
From the fighting?
Yeah.
From the fighting with the other ones, you are currently 40 feet away.
40 feet?
Yes.
And if I charge, I can go 60 feet, right? Or not charge. Dash, yes. If I dash.
Yes, you can go 60 feet.
Can I see... I can see everybody fighting still, right?
Yes.
Oh, then I'm going to dash straight at the one that Huum Vall attacked and try to attack it.
You cannot attack if you use the dash action.
Then I'm just going to move 30 feet closer and hold my shield up for defense.
You are 20 feet away from this creature. Then it leads up to the Rottlgum, harrying the small one, flanking with his ally. Gets 1 hit. 2 hits. Okay, so they both hit. Oops. 1, 4.
The DM's doing math, so we gotta wait.
All right, perfect. So what you would witness at the moment is this small halfling get grabbed and lifted up by one of the Rottlgums, while the other one slashes from the back, and then the first Rottlgum just throws her on the ground, and she is at the moment not moving. With that, 17. Does a 17 hit you, Parker?
Yes.
Okay. So I need you to make a strength saving throw.
16?
Wow, I am rolling like crud on these.
Oh, those are blessed words.
Dude, nothing but ones on these D6s. 16?
Yes.
Okay. And make another strength saving throw, please.
It's okay. He's rolling like crud.
6.
I am 6.
Yes.
For those of you in the audio only format here, Riggs is grimacing.
So my strength saving modifier is 0 because I have a strength of 10.
Well, then you are the perfect person to climb a stalagmite and get just a little bit closer to the ceiling where these creatures tend to hide, as 2 drools seem to have noticed your presence. And from the darkness,
I told
2 globules of mucus-filled acid splat onto you. One of them you're able to get your hand out of, but the other one that sticks kind of your torso to the rock sticks you there, and you are unable to break it. You take 7 points of acid damage from both of the hits, and the one that is at the moment stuck to you is beginning to bubble and roil. And the smell is horrendous. With that closes the enemy's turn. Ghastgar.
I've watched what just happened. Do I see where they scurry off to hide?
Well, actually, what's your passive perception?
Passive perception is 12.
You are able to see one of them, yes.
I shots fired with my rifle
Okay.
at that one.
Roll to hit.
Target rich environment. Enemies everywhere.
Okay, that is a 25.
25 does hit.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
Natural 19.
Yeah.
Ooh.
6 or 25.
25.
Okay, and 18 for damage.
Sawyer just looks so
I'm sorry.
Oh wait, no, sorry.
Wait a minute.
This 10, that's
That's a
10,
1.
That's a 1.
That's a 1. Okay, never mind. So, that's 9 points of damage.
Well, you know what? It's fine at the moment with everyone murdering everything I've ever loved and made. Things will get interesting.
I need his gun. I can do so
Yeah.
much better with it.
Okay. Well then, with that particular drool having now taken a very substantial hit from a modified weapon of certain design,
Thanks, DM.
you can shut your face.
Only mild cheating due to the lapsing memory of our aging DM.
This is not a lapsing memory of anything, because yes, there is a reason why it does 2d10, and it does make sense, and it is in fact balanced. It just requires later stuff. It seems OP now, but just wait. Anyway, Ghastgar, no, you shot. Is that all you're going to do?
I would then like to try and I kind of want to move away, but kind of circling a little bit to just try and spot the one that I didn't respot.
Okay. You move 15 feet closer or further from the fighting?
Am I already between the fighting and where this monster was, or is the monster?
Yes.
Okay.
The monster is kind of hanging between you and the fighting.
The monster's between me and the
Yep.
fighting, not the other way. Okay. Moving out to the side and ultimately closer to the fighting as well.
Perfect. That's where I will mark it.
I'd say I'm moving to the left. Yeah.
Okay. With that, then, it is the other group's turn, who at the moment is ragingly fighting. You notice 2 of the humanoids move up to hit the creature, but it begins to apparently parry the frack out of them with the claws as none of their hits begin to take hold. The one in the back raises the glowing staff to his mouth and also misses. As Huum Vall, you would see him try to use it as a blow dart and shoot a small dart that trails through the air and passes by one of the Rottlegum. With that, it is back up to Parker. You are effectively grappled or entangled, so your movement speed is 0.
I'm going to try to break out of this.
Okay, roll a strength check.
15.
15 will do it. You are able to remove your arm from the stuck, slimy mucus ball that is stuck you to this stalactite.
Now is that going to consume my
Stalagmite.
main action?
No, it takes your move action.
I'm going. So how far away is Kruz from me?
Kruz at the moment is 30 feet from you.
I'll use my action
just have to backtrack.
to move to Kruz.
Okay. You backtrack quickly back down to Kruz.
Yes. And I'm just using the big guy to help protect me.
All right. Huum Vall, it is up to you.
So, one of these creatures grabbed someone of the other group, right?
Yeah, well, they grabbed him for a second as the other one beat the snot out of it, and then it threw it on the ground. It was mainly flavor. They knocked the creature out.
All right. So, which creatures do I see up where?
At the moment, you don't see any on the sea. I mean, okay.
I can always look at the ceiling.
Yes, you can. Fine. You can roll a perception check.
Real perception. That's 17.
17, you are able to see the same one that Ghastgar shot.
Well, I'll take a shot at it. Why not?
Okay. Roll to hit.
All right. Standard roll.
Yes, sir.
All right. Normal roll. That is a 17.
17 does hit.
Hey! No sneak attack, right?
You are not hiding, and the creature is not aware of you. No. So, yes, it would be technically sneak attack.
Yay!
The creature doesn't know you're there. You guys are playing really annoying, like, who knows who and who sees what. Because
11 points of piercing damage.
you see an opening to finish this creature off.
So I'm just taking a look at the ceiling. And I see this mostly stationary creature that I haven't seen yet. And I just assume it's bad. So I draw back this arrow and I try and aim it right beneath that soft armpity area. And I try and get that angle going instead of out through its chest piece to like curve in towards the shoulder and like pop back out back into its head.
Well, you fire and it strikes true. The creature you see after the arrow hits just... and you see its feet detach from the ceiling and it plummet to the ground. Ghastgar, please make a reflex saving. Or a reflex. Oh my gosh. A dexterity saving throw. Pathfinder saves make so much more sense, but...
They do.
That is a 22.
A 22. You are able to get out of the way as the drool smashes into the ground and just a large gas cloud forms around it upon impact for 20 feet in every direction before very quickly dissipating. With that, Huum Vall, are you going to do anything else?
I still have my movement and my bonus action, so I'm going to go hide away somewhere and get out of sight.
Roll stealth.
It's stealth time. That's a natural 9 for a total of 16.
All right. You think you're hidden.
I'm probably hidden.
Kruz is up to you.
Have they moved closer to me at all?
No. Parker, the only thing that's happened up to this point pretty much is Parker has now taken refuge next to you.
I don't want to abandon Parker, but I want to kill something.
I wouldn't feel bad if you went to go kill something.
Then I'm going to go kill something. I'm going to attack the closest thing to me.
Is there even anything that's known at the moment?
It would be the other two that are harrying the other group.
How far away are they from me?
At the moment, you went 20 feet, so they are 30 feet away from you.
No, I went 30 feet, so they're 20.
Oh, no, you went 30 feet, so they're 20 feet away from you. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
range.
Then I'm going to rush in right up on top of them, and I am going to attack them. Hopefully,
Roll to hit.
Hopefully they don't see me coming. 23.
23 to hit?
Yep.
Yes, it hits.
With 12 damage.
Nothing better than making the DM a little bit frustrated at good rolls.
12 damage, you said?
Yes.
If it wasn't for my advantage rolls, I would have missed so hard earlier.
Well, that's the thing, is like, I've designed these creatures not to be like completely above a second level group of people. But dadgummit, stop rolling like at minimum 13s, because geez. All right, so with that in mind, you have run up, you have hit this thing for a lot of damage, which it will therefore turn back to you angrily that something has now hit it. And does a 13 hit you?
Nope.
Okay, well, then the other one will attack the other girl who came up on it, which a 9 does also not hit, so that's cool. See, hey, Parker.
Yeah.
12 hit you.
No.
Not even ye old punching bag can be hit this round.
Well, as the Rottlegums swing at Kruz and Kruz deflects with his shield, one of the other fellow group members also deflects with another shield as the other Rottlegum harries them. A glob of acidic mucus flies off from the ceiling, impacting the ground like 3 or 4 feet away from you, Parker. What's your passive perception?
13.
Yes.
And with that, you also see the origin with it, as it apparently can't roll for beans, even for its rehide ability. Therefore, you see
It's
it.
terrified. It just watched several of its kind get slaughtered by us.
You must also understand these creatures don't give a care about each other. They're actually very territorial, and the only reason why they're all here is because they're all smelling food. After you will all be dead, they just start chewing off of you and then go to their back separate territories. They're very Texan like that.
Texas.
They like their squares and they stay in their squares. If you come into the square, they kill you.
I lived in Texas for 2 years. I take offense at this.
No, I think our DM is so tired he's confusing Texans with checkers.
Okay, I may be tired, but that's chess, buddy.
King me.
You. So after these creatures do frick all nothing and nothing but reveal themselves, Ghastgar, it is up to you.
Do I now know where the other one is?
Yeah, no, you see it now.
Yep. We're rolling to hit. Oh, well, let's see. How far away is it from me, first of all?
At the moment, being on the ground, it is 60 feet in the air.
60 feet in the air. I mean, is it like straight above me?
30 feet. Sorry, 30 feet in the air.
Yes, but is it like straight in front of me? Is it, or above me? Like,
It's above you and to the right. Not quite above the fighting yet, but it seemed to have been making its way over to it.
okay, so I'm going to back away from it just a little bit, so there's a little bit more space, and shots fired.
Make an attack roll. It hits.
It certainly does for another 25. Actually, no,
Okay.
it's 26. But all right,
Is that another 19?
yeah, because it's 6 for my attack bonus, but then I get a +1 for the repeating shot.
Wow. Artificers are scary with high dex. All right. Well, then, yes. No, you hit. You hit.
11 points of damage.
That's cool. Okay, cool. So, yeah, no, it got hurt. It's hurt. It's hurting real bad. That's nice. You know, it's poor 13 AC, man. It's 13 AC. Okay, well,
Now, Corman,
like-
you read your D10s right this time, right?
Oh yeah, I got an 8 and a 2. That one's pretty easy.
Okay.
okay. Which leaves the other group to make their attacks. Of course, now I start. Okay, just being aware, once I start rolling for the other group of adventurers at the moment, I roll an 18 and a nat 20 to hit. So I'm just saying right now, this is
your rolls
total
are averaging
garbage
out. It's
right
just
now.
averaging out in the favor of the good guys.
5 times 2, 20, plus 3, 13 damage. Which is exactly the one it needed to kill the one for Kruz. Kruz, a red-skinned tiefling woman suddenly steps up with a massive longsword, just almost like right underneath a great sword, swings it and cleaves this creature nigh in half. Looking at you as she does so, very defensively stands up and kind of places her shield also between you and the remaining Rottelgum, of which, I'm going to use the critical gambit because I can do that as a DM too. Okay, well, and then my dice hate me again, which is a D12. Oh, okay, 11 plus 2, 14. You also see a white-scaled, red-eyed lizard folk come flying up from the back to the remaining Rottelgum with a two-handed great axe, swinging down upon it. It almost cleaves the creature in half, though it is still left alive and very unhappy and scared right now at this creature. However, the fun part about this, Huum Vall, as you see the
Huum Vall sees an opening.
No, as Huum Vall. Oh, and actually, you know what? That's an auto fail on that poison. You see the man who had been using the blow dart the previous round, right? You see him breathe in and but nothing comes out. And he kind of like shakes it a little bit. And when he kind of puts his mouth to it and goes, you suddenly see a small dart exit the tube backwards into his mouth and down his throat. And he begins to cough.
Oops.
Trying to yak up the dart he has henceforth at least almost swallowed. With that, it goes up to Parker again.
So where's the closest enemy to me right now?
Closest enemy to you is kind of a 50-50. There's the one on the ceiling that is closest to you squares-wise, not necessarily distance-wise, as it is in the air. There is the one remaining Rottelgum that is harrying the other group as well, but seems to be crowded by several other people.
The one that's on the ceiling, is that the one that's threatening Ghastgar?
It is the one that is threatening you.
Oh.
It is the...
It's the one I engaged with.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
the one you're shooting. Got it. I'm going to put away my rapier and pull out my violin, and I'm going to use it to cast Hideous Laughter. So I need it to make a wisdom save.
11?
11 fails.
Okay. So this large-sized chameleon-like creature, how do you make this creature laugh?
Oh, I'm using a song.
Okay. And this song sounds almost like a fiddle, like something hippity and hoppity and fun. And you just hear this just begin to like emanate through the creature, and it sounds like something that resembles laughter and a cough and disgusting, and you don't know if it's about to throw something, or spit at someone.
Upon its failure, it now falls prone and is incapacitated.
And I said, what about coming down to fight me?
I'm mad now. So, upon it falling prone, as in detaching from the ceiling.
Did it fall on a stalagmite and impale itself?
But definitely took fall damage.
Oh yeah, no, it's once it hits the ground, you let's see, it's not anywhere near anyone anyway, so that's cool. So yeah, no, it hits the ground and immediately a massive cloud of noxious gas explodes out from its body as it dies. As I rolled 2 5s and a 6.
Yeah, baby.
And it dies.
Ghastgar has got a comment to make. Guys, I have a strange sneaking suspicion that was the eruption of the poison sacs that we needed.
Oof.
Oh, we have to find more of them.
Well, that's neither here nor there.
Oh no, it's definitely here. We just don't know where.
Parker, would you like to do anything else?
I'm going to use my movement speed to catch up to Kruz.
Perfect. Catch up just in time to see Kruz murder the other one. That leads it to Huum Vall.
I got no eyes on targets.
You do have an eye on the one target now on the other side that is being harried by everyone.
Huum Vall is going to be a kind Samaritan and go help remove this dart from this man's windpipe.
Please make a medicine check.
Just slap him on the back.
A 13?
You know what? So the dart is lodged in his uvula and is literally making him yak.
Stab it?
Yes, it did. It's what happens when you suck down a blow dart. And Huum Vall, you see it, and you can get it out. How do you get it out?
So I take my big old paw and I put my thumb on one side of his jaw hinge, and I take my middle finger and I put it on the other side, and I apply pressure to keep his jaws open, like, a dog. And I just take 2 claws and I stick them into his mouth, and I just pluck the thing out.
He should have that pierced.
No bedside manner.
As you do that, he definitely immediately and vomits upon the ground. Just everything. It is just nasty all over.
I just pat him on the back.
He looks up to you very confusedly and thankful, and then just kind of continues on with his yakking.
Also, you have to appreciate this guy who is like, oh God, I'm gonna die. This shadow creature just comes out, just like grabs him by the face and sticks its hand in his mouth.
Kruz, there is one Rothelgum still alive before you.
God, wait, wasn't he like cleaved almost in half?
Yeah, no, he's not doing so hot.
I'm gonna finish off that rattle gum.
Okay.
Maybe.
With a 15?
Meet or beat.
Is that a meet?
Yeah, no, it hits. AC of 15.
With an 8?
Damage?
Yeah.
No, sir, you do not kill me.
Oh my God.
With an 8. Ha.
He's almost cleaved in half.
Yes, and that left him with less HP than he had.
Don't say.
Which is great, because this creature, now realizing that is sorely outnumbered, absolutely terrified, is beginning to turn and run away, incurring opportunity attacks both from the red tiefling and from Kruz. Ooh, the red tiefling swings and misses.
All right, Kruz, up to you. Opportunity attack.
19.
That hits.
12.
Wait, 19 and 12 damage?
12 damage, yeah. 19 to hit, 12 damage.
This thing ain't getting away. By the way, out of curiosity, has there been any alarms going off in my brain?
No, there is not.
Right,
did you roll an 8 on your D8?
So I rolled a 6, so I guess
You get your strength modifier, which is 4.
plus 4, so 10 damage.
Yep, there you go.
I mean, yeah, the 3 HP it had isn't going to survive 10 or 12 damage anyway. So,
So I'm also proficient in strength, so do I get an extra 2 on that?
no.
That is your saving throw. So if you get grappled or shoved or anything, you get an extra bonus to resist that.
Okay.
Kruz, do we need to teach you how to
I
play
was
D&D?
I was just double checking. It's almost 3 o'clock in the morning here.
Almost 2 o'clock in the morning, bud.
Intelligence
Oh,
check.
1:47.
Good golly.
Intelligence
No,
check.
I'm looking at my clock over here and it says 2:47.
Well, your clock is wrong.
It is. It didn't get set back. Thank you.
Okay, well, so now that we have that, you see an opening to finish this creature off as it runs away from you, lowering its defense.
I'm just going to take advantage of that opening and I'm going to slice it. I'm going to finish cleaving it in half.
Well, there it goes. 2 halves falling in front. It is finished. And with that, the other 2, the red tiefling and white lizard folk, immediately turn to you very distrusting and eyes narrow.
Meanwhile, the yakking continues and just like
Yeah, no. You
let
two
it
are
out.
just kind of
Just let it out. Accidents happen.
okay. The white lizard folk keeps his battle axe out and kind of posts up to you, Kruz, while the red tiefling immediately runs to the small folk who has been knocked unconscious and is beginning to pull out a vial of some sort.
I pity the bloodart guy. They just don't care about him.
They hear he's okay, so
They hear him hacking up. Oh, he's fine.
if he's hacking, he's alive, so they're just going to leave him to it. And why is he coughing? What would he have done? That could possibly have made him cough. He's an expert in blow dart. So,
Just this friendly shadow demon in the darkness.
there's a reason why he trusts you. Not trusts you, but knows that you're not a demon.
All right.
So, with combat officially over for the time being, the creatures slain by immaculate rolls, providing very little of a challenge for you all. You all, at the moment, see the small halfling, or half small folk, come to consciousness and begin to rouse, kind of sitting up and groaning in pain, kind of beginning to try to stretch. What do you do?
I'm ignoring the other party,
Okay.
and I want to go confirm my suspicion about the poison sacks being spent.
Okay. Roll a survival check with advantage.
And you said the other party members are heading toward Kruz and I?
Yes.
I'm just going to put my sword away, pop out my dagger, and start collecting claws.
Okay.
I'm
Roll a
going to ignore the
survival
other dude.
check with advantage.
I'm going to ignore the other guy.
21.
1?
14.
14. Okay. So first, Ghastgar. Looking at the drool that fell from the ceiling, you see 6 large sacks upon its back. You notice 2 of the 6 sacks upon its back are unruptured.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay. And I go to work harvesting those.
With that roll, you are able to retrieve both of them cleanly. Kruz.
Oh. Can I also, same roll, investigate the other drool?
With that, yes. And having done it once, I will allow you to do this.
Okay.
Kruz, with a 14, you are able to retrieve 1 plus, call it high or low.
Hi.
You are able to retrieve both of the claws from one of the rotogums.
I'm going to keep moving until I have all 3 claws that I need.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to try to go for extras because I'm wondering to myself if I can forge them into a weaponry.
With your roll in having succeeded, I will allow you to take the time to be able to harvest the remainder of them. Parker and Huum Vall, what are you two doing while the other ones are beginning to harvest and or examine the dead creatures?
Quick question before we move on. I got the 2 from the one. How many did I get from the other?
The other one had died 1 round prior, so it had 3.
Cool.
So we recovered 5 drool sacks.
You deduce that when the creature dies, half of its remaining ammunition immediately erupts.
Oh, so there's our poison in the air?
Only for the one moment.
Yeah.
It's a dying throw of frack you, haha, boy.
It's a death fart.
So since blow dart seems to be okay, I'll go check out the halfling that they're tending to.
Parker.
And I'll shout out to the people that are approaching.
Okay. What do you shout out?
Hold there. State the guild you're with.
As you shout that, along with Huum Vall, you beginning to make your way towards the halfling, you see the large white lizard folk with his 2-handed battle axe kind of puff out his chest a little bit more, keeping a very stern eye on Kruz.
We are from Guild Laughter. That's right, right?
And the other ones just kind of roll their eyes and nod. And
Guild Laughter. That's where we're from.
Ah, easy breezy guild laughter.
I'm just gonna mumble down there to myself, and you guys call me an idiot.
And with that, yes, you make it to the small halfling. She is in rough shape. It looks like whatever medicine has been administered to her is definitely going to keep her awake, but she is far from being okay. You also notice that a large sack is on the back of the white lizard folk as well, much larger than a basic travel sack. You notice basic equipment on several of them. You also notice the red tiefling has very heavy full plate armor along with a kite shield, and that sword is massive. She's ripped and definitely does not look like someone who is new down here. The small halfling also looks up at you and,
Hi there. Who are you?
Well, to be biased, I am no one.
I thought he disappeared a long time ago.
Never trust no one. If no one has left, then who is left in the room with you?
My brain hurts along with everything else, so I can't.
Do not worry.
I hurt too much to think. Adji, can you answer that for me? Because my brain.
And you see the red tiefling looks at you and, I'm sorry, but we are on a mission here and are quite busy. The time for riddles is not now.
He's not the riddle. I was just stating the obvious.
From that, I take it you are new recruits from the Guild of No One?
Ooh. You got it. Right on the money.
It's hard to miss. A bunch of people coming down here, making all kinds of noise, firing a gun in the middle of Drool and Nasher infested territory is just wonderful.
To be fair, you made a lot of noise first. And I made none at all.
Kruz is just gonna speak up and say, "We could hear you halfway down the cave."
Much further, Kruz. Much further.
Nonetheless, what are you even doing down here? What kind of contract are you on?
The business of our contract is for Guild No One members only.
You hear her cross her arms. Oh, and I suppose that it's not to be deduced that you are here on a basic drool and rottlegum hunt. I can only imagine it's oh so terrible and difficult.
Yup! And have my voice echo across the cave.
That is what I thought.
Thank you, Ghastgar. Thank you for removing all the fun of the guessing game.
I don't know. She guessed it right on the money. Yeah, we're just here for the claws and the sacks. What are you guys after?
Well now, isn't that interesting information you'd like to know?
Okay, goodbye.
Well, seeing how we just showed up and saved your guys' butts, a little info is not too much to ask.
We had this handled, I assure you.
No, you did not.
I'm gonna look at the halfling and go, "How's your head feeling?"
At this point, I mean, I'm done doing what I need to do, and I'm gonna go pull the cute mongoose act, and I'm just gonna go curl up into the lap of the halfling that is not feeling so good, and let her get a feeling of something soft and fuzzy and furry.
Ghastgar, keep your hands to yourself.
I'm going to also have my healing potion thing that we got from Relic in hand.
Okay.
And I'm going to administer it.
Oh, okay. Well then, so as you ask to her, how are you feeling? She kind of sits up and is like, my teeth hurt. And I didn't know that was possible. But they just hurt right now. Oh, hey, it's a cute little mongoose. Oh my goodness, you're so cute. Oh, I love you so much. You're so fun. Why are you wearing armor? Is that a gun? Aggie, look. The goose has a gun. It's a goose Gatling gun.
No.
That's an inside joke. Hey, did you know if you cast catapult on 12 different geese, it can kill a lot of things very quickly? That's fun. Anyway, so as the thingy, you administer the health potion, and immediately her eyes begin to clear again. And she sits up, and please roll a d10 for me.
I'm rolling lots of those tonight.
1,
2.
3.
2. Plus 2. At a plus 5 to her, you definitely see her perk up. And, ow. All right. Now, okay. So I heard you guys were part of the Guild of No One. That was what you were from, right? And you already got the Rottlegum and the Drool stuff already? You already fulfilled your contract, right?
Yes.
Wonderful.
I nuzzle head into hand.
Aw, it's so cute. Whose pet is he? I just want to make sure I'm okay doing this.
He is a sneak thief.
No, he couldn't possibly be.
Check your pockets.
Agi immediately picks you up, Ghastgar, and like tosses you like a cat.
Oh, butt juice time.
Really? All right, Constitution.
I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be a comfort thing.
21.
No, that beats a 12.
Okay. Well, as she yeets you and you
Let it rip.
essentially defecate on her out of anger, she throws you down and then just scowls at you.
I was trying to be nice. Next time
Wait,
I
you
will.
talk?
Next time I will pickpocket.
Wait a second, you talk? Wait a minute. Are you a pet or are you a thing?
I am not a thing. I am a person.
I'm just going to giggle and say a little bit of both.
Oh, he's a person.
No, he is a sneak thief.
The goose is a person. The sneak thief goose person is a thing. Wait, I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted here. So, with this in mind, thank you for helping us, actually. We were kind of rough coming up from level 4, and it was not really helpful to run across these people. I've been through a lot worse, but I'm not gonna lie, not a lot worse. Yeah, no, I was not prepared for that, and they kind of caught me by surprise. So thank you very much for helping and honestly keeping me alive. I really, really appreciate that, actually. Come on, Agi, they at least helped us. They did something. You can show some kind of, niceness to them. And she just kind of, once again, crosses her arms and kind of looks down.
I'm gonna squat down, like get all the way down on her level and say, do you want an escort out from us lowly level 1 adventurers?
At that, you see Agi, like, push between you and her and, like, push you back and say, no, we are perfectly fine taking care of ourselves. We don't need anyone.
If I stand up to Agi, how tall am I to her?
She is about 6 inches taller than you. She's big. She's a big girl. She's not someone to be messed with. So, yeah, no, she looks down at you and we don't need anyone.
I'm going to look back at her and say, well, it's a good thing I didn't say anything about needing. I said wanting.
Yeah, by your tone, I don't think it was a compliment.
I'm going to turn around and I'm going to start heading out, give her a little wave in the back.
He angrily turns to the halfling, picks her up onto her feet. All right, Medina, it is time we got out of here.
Merdina, like a cute little tiny bit of murder?
Yes, actually, that's almost how I got my name. But yeah.
I like you.
I like you too.
I won't pickpocket from you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. That other person that just picked you up, I don't like them though.
Could you not? She's my sister.
Because you asked.
Thank you very much. I really don't want her to have to kill you. I really don't. You seem really nice. Most of you seem really nice. He's mean though.
The cat-looking one, not nice. Don't trust him.
When you say cat-looking one, she immediately begins to look around for Huum Vall. Does Huum Vall, you're right there, right?
I am right there.
She looks at you and just kind of like puts out both her hands and looks at you and just kind of curls her fingers in a couple times and says, "Scritches."
No, I am not your pet.
See, told you, not nice.
Also, Blow Darts over there is having trouble keeping it down because he tried to eat his own dot. Keep an eye on him.
I'm fine. Give me a sec.
Take it easy, Blow Darts.
It's not my name.
Good. Blow Darts, take it easy. Stop getting
Shut
angry.
it.
Blow Darts?
It's not. It's Dunma.
Blow Darts, I understand.
Shut it.
Blow Darts, poop, poop.
And Agi, looking at the helpless nature of her another friend, what you are an idiot. You know that, right? He just kind of
Can I trade with him? Like I just trade him for my spot on my team, and I come join your team.
I heard that.
Merdina immediately pipes up. Yes, please. It totally will work. We can do a transfer. I'd love another kitty in our group. Or a kitty in our group.
Wait, another? What happened to the first one?
She's kind of our guild mascot.
And
But not really. She's more of a pet I just kind of picked up off the street.
on second thought, no.
She's a kitty.
How about no? Let's just go with no.
No, it's okay. We'll give you food and we'll make sure that there's some water down. Like, I will take good care of you. I promise.
Be sure to put some newspapers down.
Newspapers? No, we have a litter box. You can just share.
This is obviously a sign from Yerth, and that you are obviously blessed by Litsit. So I'm going to make my way away from you.
But we're part of Guild Laughter. Okay, bye. Okay. Well, at least for this. And she goes to Ghastgar, actually. And she produces a flower from her pocket and hands it to you.
Thank you.
It is an Everflower, and it is a mark of our guild. Well, not really. It's more of a mark from me in particular, and I just give it to friends. And, it won't ever die. You don't have to water it or anything. But it is from deeper in the dungeon, so just keep an eye out for them. And it's this, like, beautiful red and blue flower that the petals kind of curl up like a rose, but in the center is this, like, yellow nodule or dot with a green stem with about 3 leaves on it. And she's like, as long as that little dot in the middle doesn't break, then the leaf or the petal will never fail. Excuse me. The flower will never wilt.
I like it. This is neat. Does it have any alchemical properties?
The thing in the center, usually people pick it to make really, really sweet tea. There's other, like, medical purposes for it, which is why most people don't use it just for aesthetics. And, people actually pick them and then they die and then they turn all wilty and it's nasty. And sometimes they come alive and eat other people. But
What?
The point being, well, that's the bigger ones. And at that point, Agi just kind of like pats her on the head, a little harder than not.
I am now staring intently at this thing.
And she looks up and says, "What? If they go down into the levels, they're going to want to know at least that these things can kind of eat them. Not while they're outside of the level, of course. It's just when they're down on the 3rd level, they can get kind of dangerous. It's actually on the 4th level, excuse me. The 3rd level is it's more of a 4, and then she whacks her on the head again. I'm like, Merdina, shush. Fine. Well, it was good meeting new friends, and begins to skip past you. You all follow the other guild members of LAFTA, and you all make your way safely back into the elevator. Very tense ride back up as Agi tries to make her way to the side and kind of ignore most of you. The black tiefling does get his voice back and immediately goes to you, Huum Vall, and introduces himself personally as Dunma Isgoranthan Isdalanthan.
Blow darts.
No. My name is not Blowdarts, I assure you. It is Dunma Isgoranthan Dialanthan. I assure you that is my name, and I will be called as such, I assure you.
Okay, Dunma. I will only ever call you blow darts.
And at that point, the doors once again open. You all are once again let out into the Guild of Hope. You turn in your first completed contract, having made a few friends, perhaps a few more enemies. We will call this episode to a close. Until next time, I'm your DM, Sawyer. Follow me and the show on Twitter at crit_n_it. And remember to never stop telling stories.